Morning! So, at work today, I've got quite a nice job in, so I thought you might like to see it. And sorry if it's really windy, because it is really windy. Got an MG Midget in. So, I'll show you. Here it is, MG Midget. Obviously it doesn't light up for reasons, isn't it? Because it's an actual work car, a car that went to business we worked on. Nothing to do with me myself, but it's come in because it wants door seals fitted. It's got new carpets to go in, door seals fitted. I might have a look at a couple of bits of this. That's one of those things that just annoys me, so I want to fix it. There's door seals, carpets, the roof, the soft top roof I need to repair or go on, and you look at the door gaps, because the door gaps are awful, as they always are on these things. But I don't think I'm going to get much on them, to be honest, because that one's tiny and that one's even tinier, but you make one bet, yeah. And then the bonnet, the main one, is this bonnet latch doesn't work, and he says it's come up a couple of times, so you don't want, can you see that? Yeah, the bonnet latch is knackered, so I need to have a look at that, reset that, and then go from there. So, yeah. So I'm going to get this inside, in a noisy pit unfortunately, but yeah, get this inside, get the seals cut, glued in, new seal there, show you on the camera properly, and then new carpenter inside, so I'll probably swap the seats out, we'll go from there. It's inside, we've got disco 3 behind it, and the windscreen literally is just as tall as the headlights. Yeah, it's narrow, obviously it's stitchy. Yeah, so first, oh, hold on, is that it? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The bonnet, that's not right. The bonnet has popped up itself, so I'll have a look at that. The first thing, I think I'm going to do the door seals. So I'm on with the bonnet, I've pulled the grill out. I've got to adjust this. This is the striker which goes into the latch. I've already slapped the latch off. He was talking about fitting bonnet pins, but I don't really want to go fitting bonnet pins because the bonnet's been repaired and I think it could cause big problems, as in damaging the repairs, cracking and all that. So I'm going to try and fit this latch properly, which you can see is never been moved and it's been painted in situ and stuff, so I've already moved it. You can see it was there, so if it moves over there it'll give it a hold. So I adjust this and see what we do. Hopefully if I adjust this, this will stop it from pinging up on its own. I might also have a look, see if that's twisted. It looks like it's twisted that way a little bit. Have a look. So I pulled the latch out. I'm going to vapor blast this. I hate it being painted, it looks awful, and also once you've adjusted it, all the paint's coming off it. And I know it wasn't something I've done, but it needs to be right if it leaves here, and I'm not letting it leave here unless it's right. And then also I pulled the latch out, and as you can, I don't know whether you can see, it's pretty, I don't know how I'm going to show how tight it is, but it's tight. So I'm going to get this all cleaned off, lubed up, freed off, and make sure that's working nice and free, so it'll return properly, because obviously with these, the only thing, if the bonnet does take off and it misses the safety, which it could quite easily do, it's been known, cars have done them before, the only thing to stop the bonnet going up, into the windscreen is your forehead. So that's not a pleasant experience for anyone, because if you're doing 50 miles an hour and that catches, the hinges will just rip straight back, or it'll fold the bonnet over and it'll go straight over the top of the windscreen and hit you in the head. And that wouldn't be a pleasant experience for anyone. So let's make sure it's absolutely hunky-dory before it goes out the door. Don't want anyone having any worries that it's going to be unsafe. So I've had the latch out, I pulled it out, I put it through the ultrasonic cleaner a couple of times when it's hot, Soaked it with WD, worked it on and off, and again repeat that for a few times. Freed that off because it was a little bit tight. Got the spring to go back on. It's gone a bit wonky like, but put that back on. The top latch is ready to be vapor blasted. I'm going to do that in a minute. When I get a chance, I'm just going to put this back in situ first. So the latch is all done, back on. As you can see, I haven't got the grill in so I can get in access easier. As you can see, that's got a nice hole, it's well and truly secure. I did have to adjust that, I bent it slightly to get it to sit. It was sitting at an angle like that. So if you think the latch is coming in like that, you're getting the gap, which meant once it wobbled, it popped. But I've straightened it out, so that it comes down straight and it gets a much better purchase onto the latch. I've adjusted, I've put that off, 2 seconds. I have taken that off and vapor blasted it because it was doing my head in being painted and it was chipped. Also it was too far back, so every time you closed the bonnet you had to hold the safety back with your fingers, which I had my fingers 10 times before I moved that back. That's been clean and vapor blasted and it looks a million times better. How much better does that look? A million times better. I also vapor blasted that as well. It's the little things that make a difference. So that's all done. Bonnet gaps are put right. I just need to set. This side is slightly high, but I think that's because that is bent. So I'm going to have a look at that. Do that right now. So there we go. I've got that set. That's pretty damn close. If that was actually in place properly, it would be pretty damn close and the grill's in, it'd be good. Side's spot on. The gaps are about equal both sides, as you're going to get one of these. So that's all done. On to the next bit. But I think I'll make it into a few videos, so I think that'll be end of part 1 on this thing. Join us later for part 2. I think I'll probably do door seals next. I don't know. Part 2 I'll be doing another bit, otherwise it's going to be a really long video. If you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. Sorry, the wagon's just come in. Enjoy.